sound. If you have to hide the sound of the noon, or you have to give a full clear noon sound. And the only last thing that I'm going to add today is that this letter here is a hamza, okay? Now, do you remember that I said to you that every Arabic letter has got its own unique sound, yeah?
Yeah.
The exception is that an alif and a hamza, these two letters hold the same sound. Apart from that, all the other letters have got their own unique sounds. So this is a hamza, you cannot give it an ayn sound. This one has to be given an alif sound, a normal A sound, okay? So if you can try repeat after me. Yura'un.
Yura.
Well done, well done. So that was the only thing that I wanted to point out today. But I have to say, mashallah, beautifully recited. Good talaffuz as well. I can see, majority of what, you're very good at elongating and majority of the rules. So it's really good. Just make sure that you're revising different letters and learn how to pronounce them. Yeah?
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say. But mashallah, very nicely recited today. Jazakallah khair for your time.
Jazakallah.
Jazakallah khair. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Okay. If co-host, I can have another student to the mic.
Yes, next ID will be AG3029.
Okay, perfect. AG3029. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm good too, alhamdulillah. Jazakumullah for asking. Okay, so which surah would you like to recite off by heart today?
Surah Ikhlas.
Surah Al-Ikhlas, that's perfect. Well, you can start off with Ta'awudh and Tasmiyah, and then you can start reciting Surah Al-Ikhlas for me.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Qul huwallahu ahad. Allahus samad. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. Wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad.
Okay, mashallah, very nicely recited, and not just that, beautiful voice as well. So very nice overall recitation. I'm really happy with your recitation today. Just one or two things I would like to point out. The way you pronounce Allah's name is beautiful. So you know that you need to give it sort of a thick round mouth sound whenever you see Allah's name. Obviously making sure that it's got a fatha or dhamma before it. That's the rule, yeah? So you did that beautifully. The only reason why I've highlighted Allah's name here is because of this sign here. Can you remind me what this sign is called?
I can't see a screen.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Here we go. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Perfect. Here, this sign here, what sign is this? Do you know what it's called?
Fatashvaya.
Yes, perfect. Well, that's the Arabic terminology, which is really good that you're using that. It's called a fatha ishbaya, or it can be called a vertical fatha as well. And do you know how long to prolong a vertical fatha for?
2 seconds.
2 seconds, perfect. So when you're reciting, try not to, prolong the sound for more than 2 seconds if it's just got a fatha ishbahiyya on, yeah? So if you can try repeat after me. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ.
قُلْ هُوَاللَّهُ أَحَدٌ.
Okay, good. Very nicely recited, but make sure you don't stretch the sound out of Allah's name for too long because it's just got a vertical fatha on top. So only 2 second timing needs to be given. So let's try that one more time. If you can please repeat after me. قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. Much better, much better. So this time you didn't elongate it for more than 2 seconds, yeah? And just one more thing I would like to add is this letter ha, is this one of your throat letters?
Yes.
Perfect. And do you know where the sound of the ha comes from?
Yes.
Okay, where does it come from? Is it
The
the,
throat.
yeah, but is it the top of your throat, the middle of the throat, or the bottom of the throat?
Middle.
Yes, perfect, middle of the throat. So try not to say ahad, try and give the proper sound of the ha. So try saying ahad. Try saying that with me.
Ahad.
Much better, mashallah. This time I can hear the sound of the ha given beautifully. It's very clear as well. It's evident that, you know, it's very evident which ha you're saying, because obviously there are two types of ha's. There's this ha, and then there is this ha, which is very simple. And then this one is the one that comes from the middle of the throat. So when you're reading the Holy Quran, you have to make sure that you're able to show the difference between the two, differentiate between the two. But overall, mashallah, your recitation was spot on. Your hifz was very good as well. The only thing I would like you to work on is just timings. Yeah, how long you're prolonging every word for. Just take that into consideration, and inshallah, you should be a pro at this. Yeah?
Okay.
Perfect. Well, jazakallah khair for your time today. Take care. Allah Hafiz.
And his sibling is also here. And
Praise
3093.
Perfect. Is that AG3093? Yeah?
No, she's NG3093. I'm trying to unmute.
NG. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. How are you doing today?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too, alhamdulillah. Jazakumullah for asking. Okay, so which surah would you like to recite today?
Surah Fil.
Surah Fil. Perfect. So if you can start with Ta'awudh and Tasmiyah, and then you can start reciting Surah Fil for me, yeah?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تسليل وأرسل عليهم طيرا أباد ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعلهم كعصف مأكول.
Here also you have beautifully recited, you know, the surah. MashaAllah, I can see your timings, they are spot on. You're not prolonging a letter for too long or for, you know, too less. Your timing is spot on correct. So that's really good to know. And your hifz as well, MashaAllah, your hifz is also very good. So the only thing I would like to go through with you are just these few things that I've highlighted. And they're more to do with the pronunciation of letters, okay? Because if I give you a quick example, actually, have you ever heard of the word qul with the qaf?
Yes.
Like, you know, with qul huwallah, right? Qul means to say. But if you say kul, which is just a simple kaf, not a qaf, if you say kul, then you're basically saying eat. And that just changes the whole meaning of what you're trying to say. So it's so important. These small little things can literally change the meaning of what you're saying. So try to make sure that you're giving every letter its correct sound, okay? So for this one here, ra, the rule with the ra is, if a ra has got a fatha or a dhamma on top, do you know what we need to do?
You have to read it thick.
Read it thick, did you say?
Yes.
Perfect. That was literally the answer I was looking for. So if the word has got a fatha or a dhamma on top, you have to give it a thick sound. So if you can repeat after me, this is how we're going to say it. Rabbuka.
Rabbuka.
Perfect. So round-mouthed, thick sound sort of there. Yeah. The same thing I would like to say here with the dot. You cannot give it a za sound. Za, dot, and dhal. These are all different letters. Yeah. So they all have their own unique, individual, special sounds. So here, rather than saying tazleel, you're going to say tadleel. Can you try saying that?
Totally.
Much better, much better. But remember, you can't give it a regular dal sound. It has to be a bit of a thick dal sound. But beautiful, I can already hear that, improvement already. So that's really good to know. Here, this ta is actually one of your round mouth letters. Yeah. So when you're saying this ta, you need to say tayran. Can you try saying that?
One.
Okay. Now, very nicely recited, but try and listen up for the difference now. Yeah. So I can either say tayran or I can say tayran. Can you hear the difference between the two?
Yes.
Yeah, so you need to give that thick approach there. Try saying that one more time, but try saying it, saying it with a round mouth.
One.
Much better. And you know what I really love about this is that you've actually given a round mouth to the ra as well. So that is also very good to know. The only last thing I'm going to add here is that your ha sound was beautifully recited when you were saying it here at the top. You said bi ashabil. That was beautifully recited there. But you sort of just gave this ha a simple ha sound, okay? So I definitely know that you know what a ha looks like and what it sounds like. The only thing I'm going to advise you to do is make sure that you're applying the ha sound wherever you see that letter again in the surah, okay? Don't just try apply it to one place and then not apply it to the other. It's very important that you apply it wherever you see that letter. So if you can try say that for me. بحجارة Much better. This time it's very evident, it's very clear that you know how to, produce a ha sound, just like you did up there as well. You gave a beautiful ha sound. So mashallah, your hifz is on point. Your talaffuz is very good. The way you're prolonging letters is really good as well. The only advice I will give to you as well is to just look at the difference between letters and be able to, differentiate the letters and give them the correct sound. Yeah?
Okay.
Perfect. Well, Jazakallah khair for your time today. Beautiful recitation once again. Take care. Allah Hafiz.
And they have another sibling with them, AG3089.
Perfect.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. How are you doing today?
Alhamdulillah. Good. How are you?
I'm good too, alhamdulillah. Jazakumullah for asking. Okay, that's AG3089, yeah?
Yes.
Perfect. So, which surah would you like to recite today?
Surah Fil.
Surah Fi? Okay, perfect. We can do that. So, if you can please start off with A'udhu and Tasmiyah and start reciting the surah for me, please.
Yeah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل وأرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعلهم كعصف مأكول.
Okay, mashallah, very nicely recited. I have to say, all of you siblings have got very nice voices. it just makes me want to listen to you guys over and over again. MashaAllah, very nicely recited. And I have to say, your talaffuz was spot on. I was thinking when you were reciting, where do I pull out a mistake? And even here, this place that I've highlighted, it's just me being a bit picky with recitations. But overall, I have to say, your hifz, again, was spot on. And your talaffuz was also very good. It was also spot on. So that is very good to know.
I can exactly see your screen.
Yes, that's fine. Can you see it now?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Perfect. That's great. So yeah, the only thing I've highlighted is this one here, which I'll explain to you in a second. But yeah, your talaffuz was good. And yeah, you've concealed the sound of the noon wherever you had to, so that was good. The only thing I've highlighted here is this alif here. And as I said to, I think, one of your siblings earlier on as well, the ayn and alif have got different sounds, okay? Across the whole surah, you didn't make this mistake of giving, an ayn sound to the alif. You didn't make that mistake. But this is the only place where you were meant to give an alif sound, but you accidentally gave it an ayn sound, okay? So if you try repeat after me, ababil.
Ababil.
Perfect. So here we are just, giving a simple A sound. It's just an alif sound, yeah? So that's what we are doing here. But mashallah, on the whole, your recitation was really good.
Jazakallah.
Sorry, I was being muted. Your pronunciation was good and good melody in your voice as well. So keep practicing and keep that hard work up, yeah?
Jazakallah.
Jazakallah khair. Take care, everyone. Well, you all siblings. Jazakallah for coming to the mic today.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Okay, so if co-host, I can have another student to the mic, please.
Yes, next student is NG3018.
Yep, perfect. NG3018. Assalamu alaikum. NG3018. Assalamu alaikum.
No response. Okay, I'm trying to unmute NG3070.
Perfect. NG3070. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm good too, alhamdulillah. Jazakumullah for asking. Okay, so which surah would you like to recite today?
Surat Kafirun.
Which surah?
Surat Kafirun.
Surah Kafirun. Okay, perfect. Yes, you can start off with A'udhu and Tasmiyah and start reciting for me, yeah?
A'udhu billahi minash-shaytanir rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Qul ya ayyuhal kafirun. La a'budu ma ta'budun. Wala antum abiduna ma a'bud. Wala ana abidum ma a'badtum. Wala antum abiduna ma a'bud. Lakum dinukum waliyadin.
Okay, perfect. MashaAllah. You also recited the surah very beautifully. Your hifz was spot on, so that's really good. And most places I could hear that you were trying to give the correct sound of the letters, so that's good. Your pronunciation of letters is perfect, I have to say. There's just a few things that I would like to add today. And the first one being this sign on top, this dal, what's it got on top there?
Dhamma.
Dhamma, perfect, well remembered. And do you know how long we prolong a dhamma for?
1 second.
1 second, perfect, well remembered. So when you're reciting the surah, try not to elongate the sound of the dal as it's only got a dhamma on top, yeah? So this is how you're going to say it. La a'budu. Can you try saying that for me, please?
لا أعبد.
Well done, well done. The only thing I would like to say here again is this ayn, try not to say try not to give a hard jerking sound. It's very slight, jerking sound there. A'budu.
أعبد.
Good, perfect, mashallah, very nicely recited. Good improvement already there. Over here, do you know, or are you familiarized with the rule of where we have to hide the sound of the noon or give a full clear noon sound? Are you familiarized with that rule? So do you know when we need to hide the sound of the noon or when we need to give a full clear noon sound?
I don't know.
Okay, no problem. So when we're reading the Quran, whenever you see a noon sakin, we can't always give it a full clear noon sound. So we can't always say antum, where we're giving a full clear noon sound. And that is because it's more to do with the grammar. But when you're reading the Quran, whenever you see a noon sakin, it's either going to be given a hidden sound where you hide the sound of the noon sakin, or it's going to be that you're going to give a full clear noon sound. When I say hiding the sound of the noon, I mean, antum. Okay, that sound. Can you hear that I'm trying to hide the sound of the noon?
Yeah.
So that's perfect. So that is what we're doing there. But whenever you're reading the Quran, you see a noon sakin, you have to make sure that you look at the letter next to it. So in this first example here, what's the letter after a noon sakin?
Da.
Ata, perfect. And do you know if that is one of your throat letters?
No.
Okay, no problem. So that is actually not one of your throat letters. And that means that we're going to hide the sound of the noon. So whenever you see a noon sakin and the letter after it is not one of your throat letters, then you need to hide the sound of the noon. But if you're reading the Quran and you see a noon sakin, if the letter after that is one of your throat letters, then you're giving a full clear noon sound. So because ta is not one of the throat letters, we're going to hide the sound of the noon. So instead of saying antum, you're going to end up saying antum. Can you try saying that for me, please?
Antum.
Perfect. And if you can try saying this word here as well for me, please.
Antum.
Well done. So there is a noon sakin. Letter after it is ta. Is ta one of your throat letters?
No.
No, perfect. Well done. So because ta is not one of your throat letters, you're going to hide the sound of the noon. Yeah, so that's what the rule is. But mashallah, I can see you're picking up on it already, so that's really good.
Miss,
Yeah.
do I still elongate it?
When you're saying antum,
Yeah.
so when you're saying antum, that's a really good question actually. You should put some time on the noon, so elongate that sound of the noon for just up to 2 seconds. So rather than saying antum, you're going to say antum and just give a bit of a 2-second timing there, yeah?
And when there's a calcula?
When there is a calcula, there is no elongation there. Okay, so for example, a'bud, just 1 second. Here as well, a'bud, just 1 second timing there. Yeah?
Okay.
Perfect. And the last thing I would like to add is here, this noon, I know it's got a blank leaf next to it. In normal scenarios, like here with the ayn, we would have to elongate it for 2 seconds, right?
Yeah.
But this is one of those exceptions in the Quran where you don't elongate. It's more to do with the meaning of what you're saying. It's more to do with the grammar. So I'm not really going to get into why, you would not elongate it. But just know that in this surah, this ana, you are not elongating it. You're just going to say, wala ana. The ana is 1 second. The you're elongating for 2 seconds. Yeah?
Yeah.
If you can try recite this verse again for me, but make sure you don't elongate the ana.
Okay. أنا عبدتم ما عبدتم.
Okay, let's break it up now. If you can repeat after me. ولا أنا
ولا أنا
عابد ما
عابد ما
عبدتم.
عبدتم.
Well done, well done. So make sure this ana, you're not elongating that. It's just a 1 second timing. But apart from that, mashallah, you should be very proud of yourself today because you've not only just learnt a new rule, but you've also, sort of applied that to your recitation and you've actually asked really good questions today as well. So I'm really happy about that. Jazakallah khair for your time today. Keep practicing the surahs and I hope you get to the mic again soon, yeah? Jazakallah khair. Take care. Allah Hafiz. Okay. So the next student, if I can have another student to the mic, please, co-host.
Yes, next student is NG3075.
Yep, NG3075. Wa alaikum salam. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good too, alhamdulillah. Jazakumullah for asking. Okay, so what surah would you like to recite today for us?
Surah Falaq.
Surah Falaq. Okay, perfect. So if you can please start off with Ta'awudh and Tasmiyah, and if you can start reciting Surah Falaq, that would be great.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد.
Okay, perfect. MashaAllah, very nicely recited. The lafz, mashallah, is very good. It's very good. And I can clearly see you've tried to apply as many rules as possible. And it just came to the point where I just highlighted 2 things. So you should be very proud of your recitation today. The only thing I would like to add to your recitation is this ghain, this ghain is one of your round mouth letters. So when you're saying this, just like your kha, your qaf, you need to give a round mouth. So here, if you can give a round mouth for me, try repeat after me. Perfect. Well done. MashaAllah. Very nicely recited. So here are we giving a round mouth.
And this is the throat letter.
Yes, absolutely. Well done. It is one of your throat letters. Do you know where the sound of the gha comes from? Is it the top, middle, or bottom of the throat?
At the bottom.
Okay, so with the ghain, the gha, the sound comes from the top, yeah? So the ghain sound and the kha sound, these 2 sounds come from the top. Your ha and your ayn sound comes from the middle. And your ha, alif, hamza, these normal letter sounds, these come from the bottom, yeah? So, but I'm very happy that you know it's a throat letter. That's really good to know. But just try and learn where the positioning is as well, yeah?
Yeah.
And just one thing I would like to add is this ha, you gave it a fa sound. And maybe that's just how I heard it. Maybe it was wrong for me to hear it that way. But just a quick reminder, a ha is also one of your throat letters. So try and give the sound from the middle of your throat. Yeah?
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I have to say, mashallah, your recitation today was very good. And to be honest, there's nothing much I can add more to your surah because your recitation was really good. So keep practicing and, keep practicing with the correct pronunciation as well. Yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Perfect. Well, Jazakallah khair for your time today. Take care of yourself and I hope to call you again soon. Yeah?
Okay.
Take care. Allah
Jazakallah. My dad said,
Okay. I think the student was trying to say something.
I wasn't sure whether she was talking to you or to her mother. That's why.
That's fine. I mean, that student, if NG3075, if you had something to say, you can just raise your hand. And if it was that case, then I can ask the co-host if that's okay, then you can unmute them, yeah?
Okay. Should I unmute next ID or not?
Yes.
Yes, she wants to say something. Okay, I'm going to unmute her.
Okay, that's fine.
Assalamualaikum again. My mom always helps me of the Quran because I always do something wrong because she always helps me for the letter because I keep forgetting the letter. And my dad always says, call her and say, I didn't have a name. I didn't have to write. I didn't recite the surah.
Right. Okay. So do you know what? You should be happy with your recitation. It's really important that, parents are helping children out. And it's good to know they're helping you out. But when you're on the mic, try not to get that help, yeah? Try just to close your eyes and do as well as you can. But I just have to say your talaffuz was very good anyway. So you don't really have to worry about that, yeah?
Okay.
Perfect.
Jazakallah.
Jazakallah khair for your time. Take care. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
We have 2 minutes left. G3 in charge. Shall we call another student to the mic?
Walaikum Assalam, yes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Well, if co-host, I can please have a student to the mic.
Yes, I would unmute NG3090.
Okay, perfect. And
Assalamualaikum.
wa alaikum salam. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good too, alhamdulillah. Jazakumullah for asking. Okay, so which surah would you like to recite for me today?
Surah Falaq.
Surah Falaq. Okay, that's perfect. If you can start off with Ta'awud al-Tasmiyah and start reciting that surah for me, please.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد.
Okay, perfect. MashaAllah. Again, you know what, guys? I'm really happy with all of your recitations today in general, especially you as well, NG3090. Very beautifully recited. I can see that you guys have come a long way when it comes to this course. You guys were very good at the start as well, but you guys have improved yourself. And that is all evident within your recitations today. So I'm so happy with your recitation. Your hifz was really good. No mistakes in your hifz. And with your talaffuz was also beautiful. I'm just being a bit more picky with, when it comes to listening to children. So don't worry if I pick out things. It doesn't mean that you're not doing well. It means you're doing really well. It's just me being extra harsh when it comes to listening to recitations, yeah? But, you did a beautiful recitation today, beautiful voice as well. The only thing I would like to add is that Ain and Ha, these two letters, are these one of the throat letters?
Yes.
Perfect. So if you can try recite after me. A'udhu.
A'udhu.
Well done. Did you hear the difference between the alif and the ayn when you were reading it?
Yes.
Well done. So that's sort of the aim that we're looking at. This is the aim we're going for. It's like being able to show the difference between letters. And your ha was also recited beautifully, but I just think there needs to be a bit more emphasis on the ha. Try to show it more to me that you can recite the ha properly, yeah? So if you can try recite after me. إذا حسد.
إذا حسد.
Well done. So your ha sound was good, but it sort of resembled the sound of a normal ha. Okay, so try to differentiate between these two ha's as well, yeah? And lastly,
Okay.
this ghain is one of your round mouth letters. So if you can try give this ghain a round mouth for me, please.
Okay. ومن شر غاسق.
Good, well done. Let's try that one more time. غاسق.
غاسق.
Okay, so try just to keep your mouth round. غاسق.
غاسق.
Well done. There is the sound. Beautiful, spot on. MashaAllah, very nicely recited. I'm very happy with your recitation today. Just keep practicing and try to practice letters, similar sounding letters, and see how you can differentiate between the two. Yeah?
Okay.
Perfect.
Jazakallah.
MashaAllah, overall nicely recited. Jazakallah khair for your time. Take care. Allah Hafiz. Okay, so I can see that the breakout rooms have already been closed, so Jazakallah khair for that, G3 in charge. Now we are just going to move on to our homework. I didn't get to really listen to anyone recite Surah Al-Baqarah today. It can be a bit scary, but try to come to the mic and recite harder surahs. This way we can sort of pick out, mistakes, and that's really helpful because then you can improve on it. But your homework is to memorize Surah Al-Baqarah verses 9 to 14, revise chapters 1, chapter 105 to 114, which are the last few surahs, Surah Al-Fil to Surah Al-Nas, and then Surah Al-Baqarah verses 1 to 8 as well. And then these are the verses I would like you to memorize for today. As part of your rule quest, the surah that is going to be in focus is going to be Surah Al-Baqarah, verses 15 to 17. Okay. If you're age 6 to 7, I would like you to pick out places in that portion that I've just said, places where you can see the majestic lam. So whenever there is a lam mushaddad in the word of Allah, preceded by a maftuh letter or a madmoom letter. So if Allah's name has got a letter with a fatha on top or a dhamma on top, then you need to give it a thick sound. So that's the majestic lam rule. Try and pick that out. If you are aged 8 to 9, we're looking for ishbaiya rules. So vertical fathas, vertical kasras, inverted dhammas, being able to give them a 2-second timing. So try and pick out places where you can see this ishbaiya strokes. And then if you are aged 10 to 12, I would like you to pick up the rule of izhar shafawi. So whenever there is a meme sakin followed by a letter other than a meme or a ba, the sound of the meme is pronounced clearly for 1 second without any nasal sound. So that is the rule of izhar shafawi. So if people, according to their age groups, can find the relevant rules within Surah Al-Baqarah verses 15 to 17, then that would be great. And as always, we're going to end our class off today with a closing prayer. So we don't have time to call a student to the mic today, as we've only just got 1 minute left. But if everyone can follow along with me and try recite with me as well with your mics muted, that would be great. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم ارحمني بالقرآن العظيم واجعله لي إماما ونورا وهدى ورحمة. And the English translation is, O Allah, have mercy on me through the Quran, the great, and make it for me the leader, the light, the guidance, and the mercy. MashaAllah to all of the students who came to the mic today and recited really well, and Jazakumullah to everyone for arriving to the class today. If you've not been called today, inshallah, there's going to be many more opportunities to be called in the upcoming weeks. Jazakumullah to everyone for attending the class today, and I hope to catch you guys in another class soon. Until then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.